Hi guys, Con here. So right now I'm at Wearnes Autohaus with my Waja. What am I doing here? Um, I've got a crack here on my windscreen, so that means I need a new windscreen. And the good news is here at Wearnes, alright, they provide windscreen replacement services, and if your car is insured under AIG or Allianz with windscreen coverage, they are able to provide on-the-spot approval for your claim. So what you need to do is bring your car, provide your cover note, provide your car grant, IC, license. They'll settle everything on the spot for you, no hassle. Okay guys, it's been 2 days since I dropped my Waja here off at Wearnes. Okay, I arrived here on a Monday, then Tuesday was a public holiday, today is Wednesday, and so Monday night, okay, I completed my submission of documents to the personnel at Wearnes. I emailed my vehicle registration card, and today, okay, Wednesday morning itself, they have already started work on the car. Okay, progress thus far. They have removed the old windscreen and the new windscreen here. They've already tinted the windscreen. Okay, just remember that Wearnes is a official dealer of glass-tech window films, so they've got a glass-tech window film here. I understand this is the Zeta model window film. Give you a closer look. Okay, here's the window film. Okay, you can see the window film here, right? And right now what they have done is they have applied a coat of primer at the edge of the windscreen as well as on the car. Alright, so next step is once the primer cures, dries up, that's when they'll apply the glue and they will stick the windscreen back on the car. Okay guys, so here's the old windscreen being stored here at a corner. And so what's going to happen to this windscreen? They're going to just leave it here for a period of time, okay, just in case if the insurance company decides to inspect it, then the windscreen is here. But after a certain period of time, if the insurance company says it's okay, we don't need to see it, then this windscreen will be disposed of lah. Alright guys, so here at Wearnes Autohaus on a Saturday, alright, 6 days since I've sent the car in. Now of course, it was Monday that I sent the car in. Tuesday was a public holiday. Wednesday they started work. Thursday the windscreen installation was complete. But I left the car here a bit longer and requested for a 20-point check to see if anything else needs to be fixed. And I was promptly informed that I have a leaking power steering pump. So I'm leaving the car here to mend that, right? We've got a leaking power steering pump. I need a new set of brake pads, and I need to replenish the brake fluids. So a few other minor things to sort out, but otherwise car is good to go. So let's look at the handiwork of the windscreen installation. Looks nice. Okay, everything all looks, the seals look properly applied, and well, I distinctly remembered this piece was missing, so they've got it replaced. Yeah, I think it was this side, sorry, one of these sides was missing, so they've gotten a replacement here as well, so that's good. Yeah, so now I guess it's next week lah, when for me to, before I pick this car back up. Okay guys, so this is the power steering hose from my Waja. So what has happened, apparently the technician explained to me, they got a new pump in. Alright, so new pump, full efficiency, right? So when a new pump activated, pump the fluid, pop, now the hose give way. So right now, they are waiting to source a replacement hose to go in. Okay guys, now in Wearnes Autohaus, Waja is finally ready for collection. So to recap the timeline, last Monday, I sent the car in. Tuesday was Deepawali. Wednesday, they started processing all the paperwork. Thursday, the windscreen was done. So after the windscreen was done, then I had them check on other systems of the car. So they also went on to further change the brake fluids. They replenished the power steering fluids, changed new rear brake pads, and also the biggest job is to source a new power steering pump as well as a power steering hose. So the windscreen job was covered by insurance, but the rest of it cost me a bit of money. Okay, so here's the receipt, and let me just read out. So We've got brake fluids changed at 60 ringgit. Rear brake pads done at about 160 ringgit. The power steering pump and fluids was the biggest cost contributor. Pump and fluid added up to 700 ringgit, and then the additional power steering hose, the one that cracked after installing a new pump, that was an extra 200 ringgit. So all in, the final bill totaled just over 1,200 ringgit. Alright guys, so as you can see, that is the power steering pump, and here is the new replacement hose. Alright, so let's run you through the installation of the windscreen. Okay, so everything seems neat, okay, all neatly stuck together. Let's look at it from the inside. Yeah, everything looks neat up here. Nice, very nice. And one thing I noticed, okay, this one I'm seeing it in person. It's clearer actually. I'm seeing this windscreen clearer than I remembered for a long period of time. Alright guys, so just collected the car from Wearnes, and having driven it for a few kilometers, there is a slightly added sense of tightness to the steering, which is, I mean, I'm talking about it in a pleasant way, of course, you know, it feels tighter, it feels sharper, but only ever so slightly. And I suppose it is testament to the Waja's already good handling that, you know, even with a leaking power steering pump, the car did not feel at all bad to drive. So the other thing I want to address today is that many people have asked me, hey, what's happening to your Waja after you've bought the E39? Well, for now, the Waja stays. All right. Simply put, if I sell this car, then I don't have a manual transmission car at my disposal, and it is not something that I want, right? So my idea is, I always want at least one car with a manual transmission at my disposal, and the Waja serves that need. And you would be surprised that even jumping to the E39, now that I alternate between the two cars, the Waja is actually, you know, the Waja still actually holds its own as a driver's car. Now, granted that the 1.6 liter Campro does not have even half the refinement of the BMW M54 inline 6, but I mean, in terms of liveliness, this engine is still has, you know, it still has a lot of life left in it. In fact, the sensations remind me of what I experienced when I drove Chris V's 4-cylinder E30 a few days ago. Yeah, so not as smooth as an inline 6, but willing to work. Of course, it is not the most refined engine around, because the thing is that once you push this past 4,000 RPM, it gets very noisy. In the smoothness aside, the gearing of this car also is not as well suited to highway cruising compared to the E39. On highways at 100 kilometers per hour, I'm pulling nearly 3,000 RPM in this car versus 2,000 thereabouts in the E39. Now, in terms of road holding, that is where the Waja actually surprises by quite closely matching the E39. All right, in terms of, you know, flinging this car into the corners, right, I am just as confident to throw this car at high speed into a corner as I am with the E39. And also, this car has been with me for 10 years. I have kept it in tip-top shape over that time, spent a decent amount of money on it. So this is a car that I know quite well the condition of it. I know which part is fresh, brand new, which part still has some way to go, and which part that at some point in the next 3 to 6 months will require replacing. And you know, expanding my scope a little, now that I have 3 cars at home, the E39, the Persona, and the Waja, comparing all 3 cars side by side, the Persona is actually the more you know, it's the more nippy car, right? So it is the more maneuverable car when I want to go on like town driving. If we are going like, you know, just within a 5-10 kilometer radius from my house, my family we will still go out in the Persona. The BMW is the car in which we go, which we use if we were to go a bit further, right? If we are traveling, let's say like from PJ to say Klang, or to Sri Kembangan, or to you know, downtown KL, or maybe not downtown KL, but you know, somewhere far, more than 20 kilometers away, then I would pick the BMW, right? So where does that leave the Waja? The Waja is actually, if you compare between the Persona and the BM, it strikes a happy middle ground between the two. This is a car that I am just as happy to take on a long distance drive as I am to handle my daily grind. So, you know, far from being outclassed by the E39 that now sits that I own as well, the Waja actually, you know, emerges alongside the BMW with still a lot of credit to its name. Yeah, and I think I still have quite some time to go with this car. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like my content, click on the subscribe button. Press the bell icon to toggle the frequency of updates every time I upload a new video. And don't forget also to check out the channels of Bobby, Bing, and Fadil, okay, of the Horizon team. And until my next video, thanks for watching. Bye for now.